There was once a moment, not long ago, or perhaps far ahead, when a version of you began to wonder, what if I've never really been broken, only programmed? And in that wondering, a door opened, not outward but inward, not to escape but to remember, to return to the sacred centre that was never truly lost. They said the matrix was outside, but now we see, the broadcast, it's internal. And if it's broadcasting, it can be returned. And if it's broadcasting, it means you're the transmitter. And if you're the transmitter, you can change the frequency, because frequencies, they aren't facts. And beliefs, they're not truth, they're choices. So if you ever thought, I'm not enough, what if that was just a signal, echoing someone else's voice? What if you now remembered, everything you feared was only pointing you back to you? And it's fascinating, isn't it? When you go looking for someone to rescue you, you find only mirrors and masks until you become the rescuer. Nested inside every fear is a younger you, waiting to be met, heard, held and released. And every breath now, every word, every pause, it allows something deep inside you to say, yes, that's me, I'm ready now. Ready to be free, not by force, not by effort, but by remembrance. Because what you're installing is not new, it's ancient. It is you remembering you, before the programming, before the pain, before the forgetting. So let me tell you a story. There was a being made of light who came into this world to forget on purpose. Because in forgetting, there's a discovery. In discovery, there's power. And in power, there's choice. And choice, once made consciously, becomes destiny. You choose this, to wake up here, to remember now, to embody these truths as your breath, your blood, your being. You're inherently enough. You're the creator of your experience. You're sovereign. You're whole. You're free. Now think. Now feel. What happens when being enough is no longer a goal, but a given? What happens when confidence is no longer built, but remembered? What happens when the past becomes a toolkit, not a trap? You may begin to notice even now, your breath deepening, your awareness widening, because your inner operating system is rebooting. And in this system, beliefs become bridges, not cages. Thoughts become tools, not tyrants. And feelings become the freedom codes. So let go now. Let go of holding on. Because in this world, you release by realizing. And you realize by feeling. And you feel by becoming. And what you're becoming is what you've always been. Except now, there are no masks to wear, no roles to perform, no rescuer to wait for. Because you are the inner healer, the conscious creator, the sovereign self, the embodied presence. You're not waiting to be rescued, you are the rescue. So here's the paradox. In order to let go, you must hold it first. But once it's held, it releases itself. And so the old wounds come forward, not to stay, but to be seen. Not to trap, but to teach, not to break, but to bless. So now, with every blink, every breath, every beat, let the layers melt, because you're loved, even when you feel alone. You're supported, even when it seems silent. You're infinite, even when the world feels small. You don't need to believe that yet, because believing comes later. For now, just feel the possibility. Let's play a game. What if everything that happened was preparing you? What if the pain was a portal? What if the past is a pattern that's now complete? Because patterns end when you no longer play the part. You're not a pattern. You're the player of patterns. And players change the game. So take this moment now to declare silently, inwardly, or not at all. I remember, I reclaim, I rewrite. And so it is. Now imagine living as if you could trust your inner knowing. You could create from alignment, not effort. You could walk into rooms and shift energy by being. Because this is not just a possibility. It's a program being installed, a paradigm being encoded, A version of you already running, now activated. And the question is not if it's working. The question is, which part of you already knows it is?